Hey guys, in today's video we are going over 20 shortcuts that make you faster and more efficient in working with UE5. You don't need to memorize them all at once, just gradually implement them in your workflows, and after a period of time you will see that you are using them automatically when working with the software. Now let's jump into it and get started. Number 1 is Ctrl and Space. It opens your content browser and by hitting it again you can remove it. It works in the blueprint editor and also in the material editor. For example, when you are creating a material and you want to add your textures, you can just hit Ctrl and Space, find your textures and drag them into the editor. Number 2 is holding Shift and left mouse button to move along with the object. You can even use it when you are copying an asset. Just hold Alt when moving the object to create a copy, and if you hold Shift 2, you can also move along with the object when creating duplicates. Number 3 is pressing Spacebar to cycle through transform, rotate and scale. By using W, E and R on the keyboard you can choose them, but hitting space to cycle through them can make it a little bit faster. Number 4 is End key. By pressing End on the keyboard you can snap the object to the ground, which can be pretty useful in your workflows. Number 5 is Alt and middle mouse button. It changes the object pivot point, and after you move, scale or rotate the object, the pivot point will be moved back to its previous position. Number 6 is pressing G on the keyboard. It switches between game mode and editing mode. You can use it to hide all the icons and guidelines in the scene to have a cleaner view of the project. Number 7 is pressing F11 on the keyboard. By pressing it you can go to full screen mode, and by pressing it again you can go back. Number 8 is pressing F on the keyboard. If you select an item in the outliner and press F, you can focus on the actor. You can also do the same thing by double-clicking on an item in the outliner. It's useful when you are lost in the scene and want to find and focus on an asset quickly. Number 9 is pressing H on the keyboard. You can use this key to hide an asset, and by hitting Ctrl and H you can unhide it again. Number 10 is Ctrl B. By using this shortcut you can find an object in the content browser. Just select it in the viewport and hit Ctrl B. Another way to find an object in the content browser is clicking this button here, but of course using hotkeys is always faster. Number 11 is Ctrl E. By using this shortcut you can open your static mesh editor. Number 12 is F2. Using this key you can rename your assets quickly. Number 13 is Ctrl middle mouse button and drag. By using this hotkey you can switch between different views. The direction of it defines which view you are going into. For example, if you drag it from bottom to top you will go to the top view. If you drag it with an angle like this you will be back to the perspective view. Number 14 is scrolling the middle mouse button up or down when moving in the scene. When you hold right click and press WASD keys on the keyboard you can move, and while doing so you can increase or decrease the camera speed by scrolling the middle mouse button up and down. This is also pretty useful and most of the time is better than doing it using the camera speed scroll here. Number 15 is Ctrl L. By holding Ctrl and L and moving your mouse you can change the directional light angle. Number 16 is L and the left mouse button. Just hold L and left click, and this way you can create a point light in the scene. Number 17 is Ctrl and D. Using this shortcut you can duplicate anything in the scene and in the content browser. In Unreal Engine 4 it was Ctrl and W, but for some reason they changed it to Ctrl D in UE5. Number 18 is 1 and left mouse button in the material editor. This way you can add constant 1, and by holding number 2 you can add constant 2. Creating constant 3 or 4 are also possible the same way. Number 19 is M and left mouse button. This way you can add multiply nodes in the material editor. Number 20 is selecting nodes and hitting C to create a comment box to organize your material and blueprint editor. That's it. I hope these tips help you improve your efficiency and productivity. Thanks for watching. See you next time.